Hey everyone, welcome back to the Mark Loeffler Experience. Today we're going to talk about why I'm investing in Alberta, why you may want to think about investing in Alberta. Hey, and before we start, I'm just going to let you know this video is sponsored by Catano Loeffler Real Estate Services. If you're looking to invest, we're happy to have that discussion with you and see if we can help with your real estate needs. All right, cheers everyone. All right, so why I'm buying in Alberta and why I am so bullish on Alberta. They are scheduled to lead the country in GDP for the next 4 to 5 years. So that means they're going to grow the fastest out of any province in economic growth in the next 4 or 5 years. That means more jobs. That means more building. That means land values are going to go up. There's more people who are going to rent my properties. The land value going up is going to increase my property value by doing that, which means rents are going to go up and more people are going to move in. Just significant economic rebound in 2021. Alberta Activity Index increased by 9.4% through September. The province has gained more than 103,000 jobs since the start of the year and nearly recovered all the jobs they lost during the pandemic. Some interesting things are coming, obviously, but so real GDP growth was expected to rebound to 6.1 in 2021. Obviously, they had predicted 4.8. Economists, they're usually wrong on the low side, not the high side. Underpromise, overperform. That's typically what's going on. So in 2022, Alberta's real GDP is expected to rise by an additional 5.1%. So that means that their economy is going to be back to levels 2014. If you know what 2014 was in Alberta, that was the peak of their real estate market. So when I'm looking at properties, I'm buying properties at below what they sold for back then. So I of course, I'm looking forward to that because the more economic activity, the more renters I have, the higher my rent is. That means the higher my building value is. Obviously, Alberta is still very impacted by oil prices. And I don't know if you've gone and filled up your tank, or diesel or gas lately, but it's expensive. For all you people with electric cars, you can not listen to this and say whatever, but Alberta is still very much, they benefit from high oil prices. That's all, right? Like, I don't think we're going to get like 05, 06 levels where like there was this crazy boom in construction out there and there was billions and billions of dollars poured into it. I don't think like the capital budgets of these big oil firms, they're just not doing that right now. The oil price, this is US dollars per barrel, their forecast for 2021, 2022 is they're budgeting $70.50 average price per barrel over the course of the year. And as we know, it's in the 90s right now. Whatever happens in Russia and, the Saudis don't do anything, you could have $100 US per barrel oil soon, which obviously how it works out there is a royalty system. The higher price the crude is, the more comes into the Alberta coffers and the more they give back to the public at large. And the more money they can spend on infrastructure, the more money they can spend creating jobs in other sectors, which they are doing very, very well. So here are some of the economic forecasts. I actually saw this higher in the Bank of Canada, where they were calling for it to be over 4 for the next 5 years. Their forecast for unemployment rate, it's already below that in 2022. So these are all just interesting things, but this is what I look at when I go to a market, right? Like Alberta's spending on the digital transformation is set to surpass $20 billion. And so why would you want to take your tech firm to Alberta? Here's the thing. The cost of living in Alberta right now is cheaper than almost anywhere else in the country. And Calgary has the fastest internet speeds of any major city in North America. The taxes that your employees would pay are less. The taxes you pay as a corporation are less than anywhere else in Canada. And here's the thing. I don't know if you've noticed by some of my videos or if you're on my Instagram, they have some beautiful, beautiful mountains out there. I love my mountains. And it's like you can go for an hour away and you're skiing like some of the best ski hills in the world. A lot of private equity firms are setting up out in there. Here are some of the companies that are Apparently they have like 4 or 5 unicorns, which means that the tech companies that started there are now billion-dollar valuations. DeepMind, Jobber, are a couple of ones that I know. I don't really know these other ones. I mean, obviously, Enbridge, Amazon's there, but I'm sure they just have, warehouse space like they do everywhere. But these are the companies that are operating there, and there's a whole bunch of more like little ones, but they're very good with tech startups is all I'm putting out there. And so that's another aspect of what I'm liking about Edmonton and Calgary. And here is so this is the economic forecast. So they're 5.3, which they were obviously a little low. 5% real GDP growth, which they're lower than what they're saying, but 4% in 2023. To be honest with you, anything over 3.5% GDP growth is massive in a large economy. What got me thinking about this is City of Calgary. They had a record sales month in January, and their inventories levels are going down massively. So their inventory levels are declined 40% month over month. I don't know where we would have seen that happen before. Where have we seen inventory levels just get decimated where there's nothing for sale, and then now you're having a huge bidding wars? Where have we seen that? Oh, right. Ontario, Quebec, Nova Scotia, the Atlantic provinces, right? We've seen that there where there's been a lack of inventory. We're starting to see that happening in Calgary right now. Year over year, the price was up 12% in Calgary. What happened in Ontario? Like, we all thought, people will list their houses. People will go. People will sell because they want to ride into the boom. No, what really happened was, that did happen, but there was so much pent-up demand and so many buyers. Obviously, we had huge run-up in prices, and Alberta has not seen that yet. To me, with high oil prices, bringing more jobs back in, with what they're doing with their, obviously it's one of the lower tax jurisdictions in Canada, it's setting up nicely for it to run like, the rest of the province ran. So let me know, like, what do you guys, like, are you guys buying out there? Are you looking? Have you bought apartment buildings? We have an opportunity here at Catano Loeffler to represent pre-construction turnkey condos out there. Is that something you guys would be interested in looking at if we got that together? If so, comment down below or hit me up on Instagram. Thanks, everybody. We'll catch you next time.